Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. This is going to be our last webinar for this Wednesday, but we're going to resume next week. For those of you that aren't familiar with myself, my name is Chris, and I'm one of the Shortcuts Education Consultants here. So what we're going to be going through for our last webinar today is we're going to be going through client management. Okay, so first and foremost, please ensure your speakers are turned up nice and loud, so of course you can hear me. If you are just joining us now, not a problem. We're literally just getting started, okay? So we're going to be going through client management for today. So of course, please ensure your speakers are turned up nice and loud so of course you can hear me. You will always receive a recording within the next sort of 3 to 4 working days. If of course you don't, please do drop us an email or a phone call, that kind of thing, and we can get that sorted out for you. Okay, so again, as always, apologize. There's always a little bit of housekeeping. Of course, if you've been on my webinars, this is something you're going to be very familiar with by now. Of course, if you've never been on my webinars and this is your first time joining me, thank you ever so much. So a little bit of housekeeping. The duration of this webinar is going to be approximately 30 minutes, okay? So it's a nice short one. It does kind of follow on from our employee management we went through an hour or so ago. Of course, my microphone is switched on. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. And if you are listening in with a microphone, a headset, those kind of things, your microphone has been muted. So of course, please don't try and talk back to me. But of course, you can drop me a message, a comment, some questions throughout the webinar, or of course at the end. Okay. So today, client management, we will be covering how to merge duplicate clients, okay? Now, of course, it's vital for this. We want to keep our client database as accurate and as up-to-date as possible. We want to clean up all of those loose ends, okay? Now, it's fantastic for things like marketing and just generally just keeping an eye on our client data. So we're going to look at how to merge duplicate clients. We're also going to look at accessing and updating client visit notes. Now, I'm sure some of you have been using this, but I'm just going to take the time to sort of outline what each of the different sort of client notes, visit notes we have are, just in case you've maybe got some in a different order or a different section. We're going to outline what each of them do. We're also going to look at editing your client's profile cards, okay? So we can see how to edit their information. Of course, we can look at opting in and GDPR management, okay? Again, all vital stuff moving forward. We're also going to be looking at the client accuracy report, okay? Now, the reason for this is because I'm sure some of you have noticed already, you maybe don't have as much client data you would like to have, such as email addresses, phone numbers, and so forth. So I'm going to show you today how we can run a report to see sort of our client card accuracy. So how many email addresses we have, how many phone numbers we have. Okay, we're also going to look at setting up a PPE sundry for each service. Now, the reason for this is, of course, when we do move forward, I'm sure most of you are going to be offering PPE. So what we want to do is we want to add in a PPE sundry. PPE is a bit of a mouthful, but it stands for personal protective equipment. So we know our masks, our gloves, and so forth. Now, a lot of us are probably going to be adding those onto the bill. So we're going to be providing these for the salon, for the client, those kind of things. So we're going to add that onto the bill. So we're going to show you how to do that today, to add that on as a sundry income. Okay, so a one-off income for the salon. Perfect. Now, as always, if you do wish to contact us, you can do at education@shortcuts.co.uk, or of course, you can give us a call on 0161 972 4900. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start by opening up Shortcuts Fusion. Okay, so let's just do that. Fusion is your main shortcut system. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at merging our clients together. Okay, so you will notice here, I've already got a client here called Chris. Okay, that is of course myself. So let's just use myself to make it nice and easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an appointment, but I'm going to accidentally duplicate this client. So I didn't realize there was already this particular client in my database. So I'm going to start to make another appointment for this client. So I'm going to click the new button to the right-hand side. And I'm going to fill out the same information. We're going to just duplicate it. So I've got the first name, I've got the last name, and I'm just going to pop the number in there as well. Perfect. Okay. And what we're going to do, we're going to click the done button. Now, what you will notice, it says this client may be a duplicate entry. So it is worth taking the time now to just sort of keep an eye on this. Okay, so choose from one of the following options. Keep this client. This will keep them both separate. So you'll essentially have two individual clients. But underneath, we can see we can merge with an existing client and remove the duplicate entry. Okay, so select from the list below, that's just here. Details from the new client card above will be copied to the selected card below. Okay, and a duplicate client card above will be discarded. So we're going to duplicate here with Chris. Okay, and one thing to always double check here is just, seems a bit obvious, but just double check the first name, double check the last name, and of course, double check the personal information, you know, such as the email, the phone number, and so forth, just to ensure that they don't actually just share the same name and they are two separate people. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to click the done button. And of course, you will now see we've kept it as one. So we've essentially merged those two clients together. Okay, now the other thing you can do is if we click the merge button to the right hand side. So let's just make another appointment. So let's call this one Will, and let's just pop in the same information as before. Perfect. And in this time, what we're going to do, we're going to keep this client. Okay, so we're going to make a mistake here, and we're going to keep the two clients separate. So you'll see we've got two Will Smiths just here. So the second way we can do this, and I would always recommend you do this at the end of the working day, because it will shut your shortcut system down. Okay, so you can see we've got two duplicate clients here, and we can see they're easily the same. They share the same first name, last name, and of course we can see the matching number just there. So what we're going to do on the right hand side, we're going to click merge, and what we're going to do is we're going to click the search button. Okay, so you can match on first name, last name. That's what we're going to match by, first and last name. And clients who last visited in the last 0 to 3 months, or maybe 3 to 6, those kind of things. Okay, so you can fill these parameters out yourself. And what we're going to do is we're going to click the search button. Okay, so here we can see we've got one client with one possible duplicate record card matching. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are just going to leave this here. This gives you a bit of an outline of how to do the merging, but of course I'm going to show you how to do it now. But I'd always recommend you keep this just for the time being. So what we need to do, whenever we merge our clients together, we need to have a master. Now your master is typically the one with the most information, such as address, most visits, emails, all of those kind of things. So we've got our master and we have our merge. Now the merge is the one you wish to merge it to. Okay. Now, if you have multiple clients, maybe 2, 3, 4, exactly the same, it is recommended you go through the client card and simply make the other ones inactive before you start merging together. So what we need is we need 2 clients that we can merge together just like this. Okay. And then all we do is we simply click the merge button in the bottom right hand corner. Now, I would always recommend you do this at the end of the day, just to reiterate, because it can take 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, depending on how many clients you need to merge. So that's all you do. You click the merge button and it will start to filter those through and then shut your system down. Okay. So I'm just going to click done just to navigate away from that. And that is how we can merge our clients together. So what we're going to look at now, we're going to look at the history notes. Okay. Now there's quite a few different ways we can add on history notes, visit notes, client notes, all of those kind of things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make an appointment. Now, hopefully everyone's familiar with how to make an appointment. So I'm going to make an appointment for Chris just here. And let's just tag that as a new client. And let's just pop him in for a gents cut and finish. Perfect. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to add on a temporary note to this appointment. Now, this could be that this client is bringing in their own PPE, or it could be that they're running late, or basically any temporary information we need to tag onto this appointment. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to right click with the right hand side of our mouse, and we're going to click down here just where it says notes. Okay, and then in this box just here, we're just going to pop in running late. Okay, just like that. Now you will see in the top right hand corner, we have this yellow post-it note just here. This is to let us know that there is a temporary note on this appointment. Now you will also notice that we have this I next to it. It's a bit like an information I. That is letting us know that we haven't completed this client's card. So there's some other information we need to take. Okay. So if we just click onto the post-it note just here, you will see down the bottom, we have our notes, which says running late just here. So that is a temporary note. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at an alert. So we're going to double click onto the client using the left-hand side of our mouse. We're going to double click and we're going to click the card button just down here to the center bottom of our screen. And this will take us to our client's profile card so we can see all of their information here. Now to the bottom left-hand corner, we can see there is an alert button just here. This will be a permanent alert, something that will appear on every single appointment, every single time it is made. Perfect. So we can see we've added in that this client has an allergy to latex. And you can see at the top, this is all date specific. So we have said here, this client has an allergy to latex. Okay, and we're going to click the save button. Now, whilst we are on the client's card, we have some other information we can go through. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have a message box, okay? Now, this is often overlooked and often not used. The reason for this is there's only a certain amount of characters you can pop in here. So what we would pop in here is maybe recently got married, recently adopted a pet or a dog, all of those kind of things, okay? Like I said, there's only a certain amount of characters you can pop in there. Now we do also have a refreshment box just here. The idea behind this is you can pop in the client's favorite refreshment. When they walk through the door, you can double click, enter the client's card, and you can see their favorite refreshment. And it's a great way to add a more streamlined service and of course, a much more personal service, okay? So just like that. We're going to click the save button just again. Now, whilst we are on the client's card, again, the client's personal profile card, we can see here we have some opt-in details. Now, this is fantastic due to GDPR. So we can see they are happy to accept marketing via SMS. So I'm going to say that this particular client is happy to receive marketing via text message. I'm also going to say they're happy to receive marketing via email, phone, and normal mail, okay? And again, we're going to click the save button. Now we're also going to tick this box or this circle just here where it says that this client is happy for us to accept and store medical data storage moving forward. Okay, so we're going to keep note of any medical notes or anything like that that we may need to be made aware of. And the last thing we're going to do, we have now completed this client's card. We're happy with all of the information we have taken. So to the right hand side, we're going to click this box here where it says card complete. And last but not least, we're just going to click the save button. Okay, so just to reiterate there, we've looked at our client's personal profile card. We've added in an alert to say that this client has an allergy to latex. We've gone through their opt-in options such as SMS, email and phone and so forth. And we've also gone through their message box, their refreshment, favorite refreshments, and of course, we're happy to accept medical data storage. Now, what about if we need to update any of these medical notes or any of these color notes or any visit notes, okay? So again, we're in the client's personal profile card. We double clicked to get to this. What we're going to do is we're going to click the history button just down here. Okay. And then down the bottom of the screen, we're going to click the new button. In the top right hand corner, you can toggle between visit notes or any medical notes if you have that set up on your system. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pop a note in here. Okay, so we're just going to capture the client's visit notes and history notes just there. Oh, I spelled client wrong. Let's just adapt that now. So client had 713 and 20 vol. Now, of course, you may wish to add any medical notes in there, any barber notes or anything like that. So when we're happy, we're going to click the done button. Perfect. So you will now see that that's me there, Z Business. On the 10th of June at 2:45, the client had 713 and 20 vol. Now, how about moving forward if this client comes back to you and says, do you know what? I love the color you did on my hair 6 months ago, or I love the grade or the fade you did on my hair 6 months ago. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, I'm not entirely sure what I did, but I did capture those visit notes and those color notes. So down the bottom, just down here, we can click a date range button. And we can pop in a date range. So let's say from March the 1st to today. We'll then pull up all of the information just there. You can also display any dates with purely visit notes. Okay, so it's a great way to filter it down as well. Last but not least, we're just going to click the done button to navigate away from that. So as you can see, we've added in some client information to our card. What we're now going to do is we're going to look at a report for our client accuracy. Now, as I'm sure most of you have noticed already, unfortunately, when it came down to COVID, we wanted to be able to contact all of our clients, most likely through Shortcuts marketing within the cloud appointment book. And we probably noticed that we didn't quite have all of our clients' email addresses and phone numbers. Okay, so how can we keep track of all of the clients' emails and things like that? How can we see how many email addresses we have missing, how many phone numbers we have missing? So what we're going to do is we're going to click the tools button and we're going to run a report. Okay, so just to the far right hand side of our navigation bar, we're going to click the tools button. And we're going to go to the top where it says reports. And over on the left hand side, we're going to expand clients by clicking the yellow cross. And just a second one down, we're going to click where it says client card accuracy. Okay, so this is our second report under our clients reports category. And we're going to click the view button. Okay, so straight away at the top, you can see a percentage of all of the clients with the data recorded. Let's just move that. Okay, and then on the left-hand side, you can see the percentage of all of your cards that were completed. So as we can see, we haven't got a lot of information, okay? We can see all of our clients, however, all 100% of our clients have filled out their mobile phone number, but we can only see 33.33% of our clients have included and updated their email address. Okay, so how do we know which of our clients have included their email address? So if we scroll down, and if we look at the field just here where it says email address, we can see there are 2 clients that have completed their card with an email address. So to the right-hand side where the blue details wording is, we can click onto that and we can see a list of our clients with an email address not specified. Okay, so these clients have not updated or uploaded an email address. Okay, so you may wish to print this out and speak to the client next time they come in and just say, look, we'd like to keep you updated with all of our offers, campaigns, and so forth. Can we please take our an email address? Now, of course, if you were on my webinar earlier where we went through the Salon mobile guest app and so forth, you will know that that way the clients can update their card themselves through the mobile guest app. Okay, so that is what we can do just there. So we're going to navigate away and we're going to click the done button. Okay, so the last aspect of this afternoon's webinar, ladies and gents, is I'm going to show you how to add a PPE sundry. PPE meaning personal protective equipment, such as, gloves, masks, and so forth. So you may be thinking, if you're going to be charging a client for providing gloves, masks, and so forth, how do we upload it onto our shortcuts? How can we add that to the client's bill? Now, of course, you could add it in as a service, but if your staff members earn commission, as you can imagine, if it runs through as a service, it's going to affect their commission because, of course, they're going to earn a small amount of commission on it. And of course, it will appear on all of your service reports. So what we're going to do, we're going to add it in as a sundry income. Sundry is essentially an ad hoc or a one-off payment. Now, what we are going to do as part of this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to add it in automatically, so it will appear against every single service. So what we're going to do in the bottom right hand corner, we're going to click the setup button and we're going to click configuration. And over on the left hand side, we're going to click the 5th button down where it says sundry income. Okay, and towards the center bottom of the screen, we're going to click the new button and we're just going to call it PPE. Of course, you can call it whatever you like, gloves, mask, those kind of things. Okay, then to the right of that in the amount box, we're going to say how much this PPE costs. So I'm going to say that I'm going to charge £5 for my gloves and mask. Now, if you want this to be automatically added on to every single bill, okay, so if you want it to be automated, all we need to do is click the drop-down menu where it says Sundry Type, and we're going to click where it says Date Surcharge just here. And then underneath, we're going to have a percentage of the sales surcharge. So if you want it to be on all of them, we're just going to have fixed amount surcharge, okay? So we want it to appear on all of our appointments, every single service, okay? If, of course, the parameters do slightly change and you're only going to charge them when the sale is less than a certain amount or only apply when the sale total is more than, you can change these parameters just here. On the right-hand side, you can say whether this surcharge applies to products, services, and sundries. And also you can say which date the surcharge is applied to. So we can say whether it's going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and so forth. So I'm just going to tick all of those boxes. And then last but not least, all we need to do is literally click save. Oh, let's just pop 100% in there. Sorry, I meant to add. For the percentage, let's add 100. So it's going to appear for all of the sales surcharge. So we're just going to pop 100% in there. And we're going to click save. And then we're going to click done. Perfect. So then next time you make an appointment, a sundry PPE will automatically be added onto the point of sale screen. Now, one thing to bear in mind with this, ladies and gents, if a client books online, that £5 PPE surcharge will automatically be added on. So it will appear in the price that they see. So they're not going to have any nasty shocks. And it's going to be exactly the same for the app. Okay. So that is it, ladies and gents. So a little bit under the 30-minute mark there, but that's how we can start to manage our client information a little bit more. Now, as always, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to everyone. If, of course, you do have any further questions, please do let me know now, and I'll be more than happy to assist. Okay, so hopefully that just means I've been able to sort of answer everyone's questions. I appreciate it was sort of a shorter webinar for this afternoon. Of course, please do stay tuned over the next coming weeks. We're going to be having lots more webinars coming up, lots more information to talk you all through. And of course, one of the webinars before we hopefully all go live with everything on the 4th of July, we will be having a fantastic day of webinars again on the Wednesday, just where we can run through everything and ensure you know, online bookings all sorted, your apps all sorted, everything's all set up, such as PPE, everything like that to help you move forward. Okay. If of course you do think of anything moving forward or you want to drop me a message, please feel free to do so. It's been a pleasure speaking to everyone this afternoon. If I don't speak to you again soon or in the next couple of weeks, please do stay safe and I'll speak to you all again very soon. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Bye-bye.